a Buddhist temple that was originally built more than 1400 years ago. Despite being severely damaged in various wars throughout history, several pagodas in the temple are still well preserved. In the secret cellar, there are about 10,000 stone slabs carved with Buddhist scriptures. Each piece has a history of about 1,000 years. This is the story of this historical site. In the southwest suburbs, about 80 kilometers away from the center of Beijing, the capital city of China, there is a Buddhist temple that was almost destroyed during the war in the 1940s, and only a few buildings survived. The structures we see today were mainly built decades ago, but this place has a long history. About 1400 years ago, a Buddhist monk named Jingwan embarked on a difficult task. In order to protect Buddhist scriptures from the war and pass them on to future generations, he decided to carve Buddhist scriptures on stone slabs and seal them up. He dedicated the rest of his life to this cause. These stone scriptures are now all sealed in caves on the mountain, as we have seen in the previous video. While carving scriptures, he also built a temple on the hillside for his disciples and followers to live. Since the mountain was always surrounded by clouds, this temple was named Temple in the Cloud. Over the next 200 years, the temple was continuously renovated and expanded, and it became very popular. Unfortunately, at the end of the Tang Dynasty, with the beginning of the extermination of Buddhism and the war after the fall of the Tang Dynasty, the temple was severely damaged, and the work of carving scriptures was interrupted. By around 1000 AD, during the roughly 200 years when the Liao and Jin dynasties ruled northern China, due to the official promotion of Buddhism, the temple was restored and scripture carving resumed. Since the caves on the mountain had been filled with stone slabs, the monks dug a cellar in the temple to store stone slabs inscribed with Buddhist scriptures. In China, we call such a cellar an underground palace, no matter how big or how small it is. Over the next 100 years, the cellar was opened several times, and newly carved stone slabs were placed inside. Around 1190 AD, the cellar was opened for the last time and then closed for more than 700 years, until it was discovered by archaeologists in the 1950s. There were more than 10,000 stone slabs inscribed with Buddhist scriptures buried inside. It is worth mentioning that the cellar we are seeing is newly built, not the one from 1,000 years ago. The original site has been properly protected. They also built a 20-meter high pagoda next to the cellar. It is a pity that the 1,000-year-old pagoda was destroyed by the war in the last century. The pagoda we see now was built 10 years ago. In the year 1093, to commemorate the achievements of monk Jingwan, this pagoda was built in the temple. The Buddhist scriptures he carved have been preserved for more than 1,000 years. This is exactly what he hoped for. This 13-meter high pagoda built 900 years ago, is one of the few surviving buildings in the temple. Its shape is very special and has distinctive architectural features of the Liao dynasty. There are 4 smaller but older pagodas around it. They were all built in the Tang dynasty and have a history of 1300 years. A temple with a long history and has suffered many disasters. Today, the temple is famous for these 1,000-year-old stone sculptures. These nearly eternal stone slabs are engraved with people's devotion to Buddhism, and this is a treasure trove left to us by the ancients.